is where it has the intake and outtake. Well, the outtake for intake for one side is pretty easy. Because basically I think this one's going to be the substation for the zombie farm because it's on the same side, and the other one will be for spawn. So I'm just going to tear out some of this right here. To make some room. And damn it. And we'll just, when we get to right here is where things get a little interesting. We basically have to have it turn like that. And that's for the intake. But when it actually comes down, it's going to go straight. It's kind of odd. This is actually a little off, I just noticed. It's okay. We'll just do that. So there's the intake and the outtake for that. And yeah, we're really going to have to work on that one. Because I'm not sure. I guess the intake for that one is going to kind of have to go in a different spot. Alright, so we have that come down, and this comes like this, and that turns, and I guess that'll be the intake. So basically, shit. Like that. There you go. So there's both outtakes. So the switch track comes down, no matter which way I'm going that way. The intakes go over this way. It's a roundabout way of doing it, but whatever. That should work. It's not perfect right now, but it's a start. So, with that, all we need to do is the actual switch tracks here. And to do that, I'm actually going to mark these spots. Wow, that actually goes deeper than I thought. There you go. I'm trying to mark them so I could see where they're actually at, so when I get ready to put the redstone torches for it, I could place it in the right spot. So I guess that's what we gotta work on next. So the redstone torches pretty much go right here. You actually have, or the redstone switches for each station. Now I can have up to, what is it, 1, 2, 3 here. We only have 2 right now. But the control room, or the control one, will be able to go here later. So we'll have probably substation spawn here. Let me take that down and move it. There we go. And all that. Now I also want a redstone lantern above the switch. Oh, that was stairs. Shit. Well, if I can't have it above the stairs, I guess I could put it next to it. Oh, I can't believe I did that. That's so stupid of me. I gotta fix this. There you go. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Alright. I guess if I can't have it above it, I could put it next to it, maybe? That's possible. There's enough room. It would be tricky, but possible. Well, anyway. Oops. So, switch, switch, switch. Alright. Because it's important to have some sort of indicator light or something that's showing that which is active. Maybe we can put a switch under a lightstone torch underneath it. That might work better. Have the sign above it, have the switch, and have an indicator light below it. That might work better, to be honest. Alright, we're just gonna drill this out a little more. Make it kind of dark. It's alright, we'll throw some temporary light here. Take this out a little more. Alright. So obviously we have... I'm going to go ahead and throw the switches out. Switch, switch, switch. So there is our switches. The lightstone torch is actually underneath here, so I'm going to go ahead and throw those out too. Actually, I have them on me, so that's good. Oops. Got a time lapse, darn it. There, there, and there. Now, this is kind of neat how this is going to work, because basically since we can do lightstone underneath, and we have to do that there, we're basically going to put lightstone torches like right underneath these. And that's what's going to dictate those. So, toot, toot. I need one more. Shoot. See? You play enough with lightstone and you start to... or redstone. Lightstone. Have I been calling it lightstone all this time? Jeez. Redstone. And you start to learn these little tricks. Alright. Go ahead and dig this out. Now what's important is, remember, input has to come from below to these torches. So when these things are on, we need to bring input in to the actual thing here. So I actually need to bring this like this, so I can cap that off. There we go. Alright, I'm going to need redstone. Let me just throw these steps here. I'm not going to need that much. I definitely don't need no damn silt, or flint, or sand for that matter. Okay, so this is what we're going to do, guys. The first thing we got to do is get the power to these switches. So put some redstone behind each switch. Whoops. And then we make sure that it's all good. Excellent. Now remember, switches, buttons, pressure plates, anything can either have input from the side or underneath, or output, I should say. It's very important. I think above too, but I'm not 100% sure. Alright, with that in mind, we can now do a little work here. I'm going to remove all that, and we're actually going to have this here, this there, and this here. We're pretty cramped in here. Very, very cramped. So it's going to be a little tricky to actually get the signal down to our our redstone torches here. So we actually want to kind of do this without having all these touch, because they need to be separate. This is where things get a little tricky, because on this side, no big deal. On this side, no big deal, but the middle is a big deal. I think I'm going to have to do something a little more tricky. Because we need to get it underneath. The good news is we want these to go down anyway. So, that's the good news. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're just going to have these things still go down. And I know I'm blocking off our path, but that's okay. Just stay with me, guys. Alright, so now we're all kind of hooked up here to these switches. Now, I'm going to need signs, because I need to know what these switches are for. So I'm going to make a few. One, two, three. Alright, so so that one's for zombie farm. That one's for substation spawn. And this one right now will be blank. Alright, so there we go. So now we have a very clear idea of which one's for, and we know that when these are lit, which ones are active. Now, if you were wondering what happens if all three of these are down, the first one lit always gets priority. It's just the nature of the track. Alright. Since this one's not in use, we are going to wire it up properly, but it ain't going to go anywhere right now. Substation, zombie farm, and spawn are basically going to hook up to our mechanics that are going to be put in place for these switch tracks here. So, we got to dig some more. Have to make some more tools here soon as well. Like I said, we want to go down, and we are going down slowly. Alright. Now we're getting plenty of separation between these guys. And that's a very good thing. I missed this one. Oh shit. Or did I? That's kind of odd. Seems like these are a little lower. Must be just the way it seems. Alright. So these are all coming down here. Sooner or later we need to reach a point where it's going to be kind of coalesced, which means a big room. And I need to blow my nose like something fierce, guys, so I'm going to be back in just a minute. Stay tuned. Alright everyone, Quick Shot 14 back here with a cough. Sorry, I blew my nose and got pizza too, so if I eat in your face, I'm sorry, but I'm hungry. Alright, so I guess the next thing we really need to do is set up mechanic area underneath here. And to do that properly, I think we're going to have to open something out. So what I'm going to do is kind of dig all this out. I'll put a couple torches here. We're going to have this come down a little more. Now, we know we can't add any more this way, but we can this way. So what I'm thinking is having a lot of these kind of go around, or wrap around, or go right underneath. So what you're going to hopefully kind of see here is things kind of go underneath. I don't know. We'll see. So I want this to turn, and then I want it to go underneath here. See, this will work just fine for this one because of its nature, if you will. Also, what's good is this will allow us to hook it up, of course, to that switch underneath. Now, this is the one that has no use right now, but we're still going to go ahead and put it in place. As you can see right here, I can already kind of see where that's at. So I'm going to have this kind of go around here, and it hooks up. Now, I don't know if that's long enough to reach. It might be too long, but we'll find out.